Let's jump right into this draft. So we have a very interesting first round. I have not used that Andrew McCutchen, so I could definitely go ahead and use that Andrew McCutchen, but I can't pass up on a shortstop, especially Cal Ripken Jr. Ramon Laureano, I've never used this card, and I'm going to be picking a lot of cards I have never used. Why, you might be asking? Well, because I want to make content that's great, and content that's great is me using cards that I haven't used ever before and reviewing them and letting you all know how I feel about them. So Wellington Castillo, he's going to be the pick here. He's a pretty good hitting catcher if you haven't used him. He could definitely be a bronze budget beast. He's great against lefties, but his little short compact swing is just phenomenal against righties as well. And his defense, well, it doesn't matter what the defense is with the catcher since they can't even field regardless. Kyle Schwarber, he's going to go to left, but he's most likely going to be playing catcher for us. Miguel Sano is going to be our permanent third baseman, and since we don't like any of these bronze players, we're going to go ahead and pick a starting pitcher. Tony Sipp, I've always pitched very well with him. We saw the defense on Alford, and we decided to pass him up. Get Josh Fields because he has a little quick, fast, easy delivery. Now, we could have absolutely went with Yandy Diaz just because I have never used the card, but I've also never used Bryce Harper, like the actual live series Bryce Harper, and I said I'd rather waste a diamond round on the outfield than waste a diamond round on a first baseman. So that's the excuse we're going with and the excuse we're sticking with for not getting Diaz. But once again, whenever we do see Diaz again or one of those diamond players again, we will go ahead and pick them up. Now the finest packs should be coming out today, or the finest players set 1 should be coming out today. We're going to be making debut videos depending on how we get those players. Now the video where it releases all the players in the live stream and everything, I most likely already have put it out, so this video might be coming a little bit later after that, just letting you all know. We're going to get some pinch hitters now, nothing to really actually go ahead and be inserted in the lineup except for Kevin Kiermaier. We got Kevin Kiermaier because we're putting Wilson Contreras, or excuse me, Kyle Schwarber at catcher, and we're going to put Wellington Castillo on the bench so he can come off the bench as our pinch hitter against lefties, because you always need to have a pinch hitter that can hit well against lefties, especially when your leadoff hitter is a lefty. They usually tend to bring in a lefty regardless of who you put up to pinch hit, just because the next hitter is going to be a lefty and they'll have the advantage. So right now the lineup is looking pretty good if you ask me. We got Kyle hitting second, Ramon hitting third, and then Bryce hitting fourth. All around it's a pretty good lineup, 1 through 8 they all can rate. And Ramon Laureano, he's going to go ahead and start it off by hitting a solo shot on an inside fastball at Coors Field. So now we're up 1-0. Feeling pretty good, you get what I'm saying? And then Bryce Harper, 1-0 count now. As I've said, I have never used this live series card. He starts it off by hitting one right off the wall. I thought that one had an absolute chance of leaving. I thought it was a missile off the bat, so I thought it was gone, but unfortunately it wasn't, and it's perfectly fine because Miguel Sano says I'll get the job done, I'll drive in the run regardless, and he does just that. I'm not sure what happened to him right there with that outfield animation, but it's going to allow us to get a double. And now we're going to head into Eddie Murray. Now Eddie Murray, I did not think this card was good at all, because Eddie Murray, if you don't know, he has a postseason diamond, he has the Signature Series diamond, and he also has this silver card. Now I've never really used this silver card unless I was forced to, but the card is actually a pretty good hitting card. So if you're a new player looking for a budget beast at first base, even though you don't really need any silver budget beast because you can get cheap golds, etc., Eddie Murray, he's a guy you can go ahead and check out or test him out, and he's actually not bad at all in terms of defense, and he's definitely not bad in terms of offense either. So we started off once again with a rally. Miguel Sano is going to get a double, but then Eddie Murray, he's going to line out to the center fielder for the final out of the inning. And now we're heading to the bottom of the third where we get the strikeout and we get the first dub of the run with Brad Hand. Now Brad Hand used to be the best pitcher in the game. Best left-handed pitcher in the game, if you ask me. He had a slider and a changeup in 18, and he was just deadly to pitch with, if you ask me. He was one of my favorite lefties to use. In 17, my favorite lefties to use were like Jake Diekman, etc., because those guys threw cheese, and they had a funky delivery, as well as Carter Capps. In 17, Carter Capps was the guy. So now we're heading to the bottom of the first. Ramon Laureano, he's hitting gapper shots. His swing is pretty compacted, short as well, so that's a very good positive sign for him. And he has gold tier fielding. Not only that, but his arm strength is, you guys already know, 99. So nobody's running on him, and center fielders usually don't have a strong arm unless you've got somebody like Willie Mays out there. Ken Griffey Jr., he has a strong arm as well, but I don't know. In the game, it doesn't feel like his attributes match his defense. I've always stated this. But for Ramon Laureano, it does feel that way. So he gets the final out, or we get the final out, I should say, here on a ground out to the second baseman, preventing him from scoring a run. And now we're heading to extra innings in the top of the fourth with Miguel Sano. He's going to go ahead and hit a solo shot down the line for the first run of the game. So now our backs are against the wall, but before doing that, we have to get the final out of the inning. So he's going to hit one down the line. This one is going to turn into a double. Kevin Kiermaier has a good throwing arm, and he's a diamond fielder. So that's why we have him in left field instead of center field, because we don't want Ramon to drop out of diamond fielding. And then with Cal Ripken Jr., we dive, unable to make the stop, or I should say make the play at first, but he does stop the ball from going into the outfield. That way he prevents a run from scoring. He decides to walk Bryce Harper on 4 pitches, and then Miguel Sano, don't you know, he hits a 2-run shot to actually go ahead and win the game for us. So now we are 2-0 on this Battle Royale run. It's looking pretty good, and Ramon Laureano, he is, as of right now, an MVP candidate as well as Miguel Sano, since Miguel Sano has hit 3 doubles, or I should say 2 doubles and a 2-run shot. So he's been on fire as well. So both of them can be MVP candidates. Now we head to San Diego as we're facing, I don't even know the name, but all I know is the username has something along the lines of Notorious. We get the final out of the first, and now we're heading to the bottom of the second, where he's going to hit an absolute moonshot that we're going to try to rob. Since he has 9 speed, I'm pretty sure that was his money ground dog. I mistimed the jump, and he gets a solo shot to start it off. So now we're heading towards the top of the third, where we're going to hit a line drive into the gap in right field, or not even the gap, because that's not the gap. We just hit it down the line in right field, got ourselves a double. Now we have a runner at second base. We brought in, I believe, Chris Davis to actually pinch hit. We were thinking about going home, but we said it's a lot smarter not to go home than it is to go home. And we got runners on second and third now, and then up to hit for us. I can't even recall who that was. That's how fast that was. I think that was Kyle Schwarber, actually. We got the base hit, and then with Ramon Laureano, he hits a gapper shot, but it's going to be caught for the final out of the inning. So now we're heading towards the top of the fourth. Or actually, that was Cal Ripken Jr. This is Ramon Laureano. Ramon Laureano hits a gapper shot. He gets himself a double. So as I've said, he's been on fire as of late. So it's both of them. They both have the opportunity to be the MVPs. Miguel Sano, I think, gets a base hit right here. So now we have the bases loaded, and we're feeling pretty good. Eddie Murray's going to go ahead and hit a grand slam to basically seal the deal right here. We basically got a 4-run lead. We're feeling comfortable, especially knowing we only have to get 3 outs. And Kyle Schwarber, or I should say Mike Talkman, not Kyle Schwarber, or Mike Sockman, however you want to call him, he gets himself a double. And then Kyle Schwarber is going to go ahead and hit a fly out to end the inning. Now we ended up taking this W. If you did end up enjoying today's content, make sure you hit that like button or that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow us on all social medias at Blade Miss. Have a blessed day and night, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out.